And welcome back to day two at Parx for terrific Terry Tuesday. As we try to, well, I don't know, yesterday, Terry, watching all those Parx races, it seemed like the race was settled by the time whoever got to the lead. Speed, speed, and more speed yesterday.
Yeah.
Don't know if that'll be the case today after, I guess maybe after a couple of days off, they pack down that track. It gets fast. We'll see if speed holds the way again today at Parx. But before we do that, before we try to find the fast ones at Park, let's try to find some fast and free picks today at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. Down in the link on the description below, you'll see that Fairmont Park, it's really FanDuel Sports Park now. Free picks over there, starting off in a little bit at 2 p.m. Eastern. My buddy Brooks, 4-1 on the rail. That's a best bet to get the day started. Hopefully, that allowance optional claiming type can get the job done. With Victor Santiago in the irons, that'd be a heck of a way to start the day there. And then once our show is over, you can head on over to horseracingtoday.net, not .com, but .net. And then in the very front story you'll see a recap of today's show, complete with our notes, as well as a replay of the show. And of course, when the show is over, we will timestamp every race in the description at YouTube so you can come back and watch them at your leisure. And then while you're at horse racing today, the weather certainly broke up here in Chicago in the 30s this morning. It's in the 30s where you are. Head over to the HRT gear link right there. Get yourself a hoodie. You're going to need one of those for most of the country coming very soon. And of course, they're very customizable. If you don't like just the black, you can go with the blue or you can go with the light gray. I don't like that one at all. That's more summery. If you're not afraid to get it dirty, just go with white. I personally would go with this one. You may or may not want the 6 on the back. If you do, you can leave it there. If not, you can take it off. The choices are yours. We give everybody choices, Terry. That's the way we go about things here.
That's right.
But we have no choice but to start our show with race number 1. And hey, folks, before we get moving on, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like us. And while you're here with us, use the comment section to give us any suggestions, any picks that you like. There's something that you don't like, if you're going to threaten us like Tafum one day and love us the next, whatever you want to do, just let us know about it in the comments. We greatly appreciate it. There's Tafum. How are you? Showed us. We buy it. The right horses never come. Well, yesterday I gave you the 2 horse at 5-2 that won. What are you talking about? Anyway, Terry, what about race number 1?
Okay, it's a 1 mile race, a maiden claiming race, $16,000 claiming price. Purse $22,000 for maidens, fillies, and mares, 3-year-olds and upward.
And maidens to get that win at 1 mile on the main track. Profile of a winner does favor horses that have early speed, almost 40%, 39 out of 100 managed to win wire to wire. Post positions are almost fair. 2 and 3 get a little bit of a bonus. 4 through 7, a little bit of a discount. 8 and out is the best. You do 1,000 simulations here, Terry, to figure out who's got the best chance to get to the lead. That's right here. And then from there, we want to see which horses have the best chance, according to our projected pace, to run a race today that mirrors their best performances. Q30 scores over 30%, according to James Quinn, can be bet blindly as they generate a positive ROI. Par plus, what percent of the time a horse in our 1,000 simulations runs a speed figure? In this case, according to Brisnet, of 70 or better. So you can see here that the 2 horse, Jump a Fox, 25% of the time managed to clear that hurdle. And then finally, odds. We run our simulations, project out odds. We want our simulation odds to be lower than post-time value so we can buy horses that are on sale. Terry, take it away.
Well, all of them show some kind of speed, but that one shows the most speed, followed up by the 3. If the 1 gets a good break, it could get that quarter pole first, but if it doesn't, maybe that 3 will. The 1 has an overlay from 7.5 to 1 to 10 to 1. 2 has an overlay from 5 to 2 to 3 to 1. And the 7 has an overlay from 4 to 1 to 5 to 1. All but the 4 and 7 have par plus numbers, and the 2, 5, 1 have comfort zones, and the 3 has a nice Q30.
Yeah, looking for the comfort zone score of 50 or better. So that means half the time or more than half the time. Today's pace should mirror the best performances for those horses. Our race shape, the E-types want a pilot, EPs co-pilot or pilot. The Ps co-pilot, PCs, they can really be anywhere. So they have a lot of versatility. 3, 4, and 7, they're closers. They should want to come from off the pace. According to our early pace, Go, Clo, Go, and Dreaming of Freedom, along with Racy Ruby, the 1, 3, and 5, all of the odd numbers, well, they should line up coming out of the gate in numerical order. How about that? I would imagine the 1 and the 3 with the inside edge. At the end of the race, Jess's Moment has about a length and a half late race advantage over Incan Moon Goddess and Jump a Fox. Does look like the 7 horse here will grade out as our top total pace horse. The top 4 generally produces roughly 70%, a little bit more than 70% of all winners are in that group. Terry, share your group with us.
Well, I like the 5 Racing Ruby. She drops in class today, has the highest last speed rating, has a high percentage winning turner, wins 32% of the races in the second race after claiming a horse, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. Then I like number 2, Jump a Fox. She has been knocking at the door, finishing in the money in the last 4 starts, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. Number 6, Jess's Moments, my third choice. She has run second in her last 2 races at Parx Racing. 7, I Can Moon Goddess is my long shot. She ran third in her last race at Parx Racing, can improve at the longer distance, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. They have another pick 4 start in the first race today. It's a Miami Vice, Don Johnson, pick 4. I'm going to use the 256 with the 167 with the 346 with the 234. That's a $40.50 pick 4.
Yeah, unlike yesterday, this card I could not really find a winner that I really liked and thought maybe we can get a decent price for it. I'm going to begin the day. I think anybody can win this opening race. So I'm going to begin the day with anybody can win this opening race pick. I'm going to go with the 3 horse as my top selection. That one's Dreaming of Freedom, don't we all? Speed up, held up yesterday. This one's got a good shot to be on the front. Class dropper, and we'll be forward, and hopefully we get a good price. If not, Incan Moon Goddess. Plenty of upside potential in this horse, making only its 3rd career start. 5 horse likely to be your favorite in here. Biggest class dropper, making the 3rd start after a layoff. Lots of reasons to like that one, but the odds, I think, are reasons to maybe back off a little bit. And then the 1 horse, Go, Clo, Go. Much like the 3 horse, if the 3 doesn't get to the lead, the 1 will. I mean, again, if speed holds up, maybe we can get them to go wire to wire. I'm just going to do a dollar trifecta box and the 1, 3, 5, 7. That's $24, hoping that I can catch a big price in an unpredictable race right there, right? And then we have the 7 here for Umet. He likes the 7 here in race 1. Incan Moon Goddess thinks the extra distance is helpful. There you go. Long distance should help in there. Tafum says we are fathers now. If you convert in the money, we can always buy it. So I am going to convert the data, soon. I was going to do it this weekend, but I had a problem with some other things that still aren't fixed. And priority, right? Me too, Terry. From I appreciate the show. Thank you, Private Ross. We appreciate that. If you like the show, give us a thumbs up while you're watching. Retweet if you're on Twitter. Any interaction that you have with us helps us out with Google's algorithms, along with YouTube's algorithms. The better we go in the search rankings, the more people will find us. The more people will find us, the more tools YouTube will unlock. The more tools YouTube unlocks, the better chance we have to make a few dollars that we can reinvest back in the show. Got a few minutes before race number 2, Terry. Maybe we can make our way through that one real quick.
All right. So in race number 2, we're going to 6 furlongs, a claiming race, $5,000 claiming price. Purse $18,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have not won a race since April 15th.
Since tax day. So at 6 furlongs to get the win there, you're looking for, again, tactical speed. You don't have to be on the lead, although a little more than 1 out of 3, 37% win gate to wire. There's an inside to outside bias, Terry. So the closer to the rail you are, the better, particularly if you're fast. And, well, it looks like there's one that's on the rail that's really fast.
That's right. That one has a lot of speed compared to everybody else. And so it should get to the finish line, to the quarter pole first.
We're probably going to get to the
finish line first. Yep.
Yeah.
And the 2 has an overlay, a small one, from 11 to 1 to 12 to 1. The 5 has an overlay from 10 to 1 to 15 to 1. All but the 3 and 4 have par plus numbers. And 1, 6, 2, and 7 have C zones, especially the 1. And the 1 also has a really nice Q30.
Yeah, we see this combination here a lot. Big time chance to get to the lead. The high Q30 score right in there. Big comfort zone means the 1 should get to the front, grow in confidence while it's on the front. So we look in race number 2. Lone E horse should be on the front. If it's on the front against a bunch that want to be middle back, perhaps can get away with some easy fractions. It is your Lone E, about a length quicker than the 7 and 3 horse, so should get its way to start the race. Also, your top total pace horse in here, Terry. They're about to start race number 1, so go through your picks real quick.
All right, 1 is my first choice. Finished third versus Tougher in her last race. Drops in class. The rail posts were in the 18% clip. She has a high speed figure today's distance. Best dirt speed is fast among today's starters. Number 7 is my second choice. She has a high percentage winning trainer. She has the highest last speed rating, and her early running style will help her at the shorter distance. Number 6 is my third choice. She can improve while returning to the sprint, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. 4 is my long shot. Switches to a high percentage winning trainer who wins 35% of the race when dropping a horse from after claiming them, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. Pick 4, second one, 167 346 with 234 with 268, $40.50.
Well, Viet Me, the 1 horse, gets to the lead, doesn't give it up. The 7 horse, Awesome Pale, speed and fade in its last. Cut back to 6 furlongs from 7 should give the horse a little more stamina. A little late luck, can run back just a couple of races. Has a chance to win on the class drop. And finally, Sirenetta, consistent performer, just a notch below what usually takes to win here. There's my pick 4, singling to 1 with the 1, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4. And hopefully I get to the end. All in a $13 exacta out of my $100 budget. 1 over the 4-7. The first race is off and running right now, Mr. Terry. And the 3 horse has indeed bounded out to the lead. Kind of went a little goofy through the turn right there. So I'm not sure what the hell that's going to mean. But you got the 3 on the front. It looks like the 5 is sitting in the shotgun. And then the 1, and then the 7. I hope it just stays like that. So all the way around the track, then I'll get my trifecta to start the day. They didn't run particularly fast. 25 and a little more than a quarter second. So they're not really moving along very quickly. There's no reason for the horses up in the front to tire as the race moves on. So they're not really running very fast. It could be difficult for the closers to find their way up there. Speaking of closers, the 4 horse better have a lot of late energy. Otherwise, he's going to have a hard time. They did pick it up in the second half. Well, not really. They ran almost 51 seconds. There's really no excuse for these horses now, Terry, because they're jogging out there. I think you and I can run 51 seconds, Terry.
Yeah.
Down around the corner, they come, the 2 speed horses, but it looks like the 6 horse is coming the quickest at the end and probably going to screw everything up on my trifecta. Should have just went with the exacta, I guess. And the 5 and the 3 are up on the front there. Down around the turn they come. Kind of hoping that 6 horse tires out a little bit and the 7 can come back on it, but that almost never happens. The 3 horse is fading. It's going to go 5 horse is going to be your winner. Then after that, the 6, then the 3, and then the 7. The 6 just screwing up my trifecta to get started, Mr. Terry.
Sorry.
That's all right. It happens. Yeah, 3-7. I just messed up with the 6 horse. I should have put the 6 in there instead of the 1, and I would have been all right. Then I would have had it.
Yep.
But what are the odds on that? The 5 horse went off at 3-5.
The 6 went off, I think, at 8-1.
1, and then the 3 at 11-1. So yeah, that would have been all right. Probably would have paid okay if I had done that. It's all right. Next race. Like I said, this card today, really not feeling all that comfortable with just picking anybody out. Right? Didn't do your crypto homework today. That's all right. Tafum versus Indianapolis. This is running in Turkey tonight. This is on your broadcast. Nobody, you can get the picks at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. Again, if you go to the free picks, you have all the first races in there. You have the best bet of the day for Tafum. All right, let's hear that best bet. 3 races in Turkey tomorrow for your information. Well, what tomorrow? Horseshoe Indianapolis. I'll make it the free track over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet tomorrow. All right, so just keep that in mind, that it will be the free track over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet for all my friends in Turkey, so that when I come over there, I can get a little bit of love and not threats from Tafum. We're going to do race 3 now at Parx. It's only 8 races today, kind of a short card, kind of a short race here.
It is. They're going to shorten up to 5.5 furlongs, claiming $12,500. Purse $23,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards, which have not won 2 races.
Yeah, 5.5 furlongs. Yeah, 5 starts with 5. Furlong starts with the F, excuse me. Third F in that should be fast because 57%, 56% go wire to wire. Get to the lead, man, you got a great chance to win. If you can find a horse that gets to the lead under 1 to 2 odds, just statistically speaking, it's a good bet. Post positions are mostly fair, but you get a little bit of a bonus if you're on the outside. So in race number 3, any Buffalo girl on the out, well, there's no outside horses really, Terry. but it does look like the most outside of them is the fastest.
Yeah, although it's really anyone's guess, but the outside horse has the most speed, but all of them are pretty close in the data. And the one has an overlay from 7-2 to 8-1. Six has an overlay from about 7-5 to 3-1. All but the five show par plus numbers, and all show C zones. But that four has a really nice Q30.
Yes, indeed. 33% for the four, but yeah, maybe not going to get on the lead. But yeah, then again, should like the pace today, according to our C zones. According to our trip handicapping balanced race here. So let's see if everybody lines up in that order. Does look like you're going to find that the 4, 1, and 3, well, the one horse being the one, it's a little bit out of order here. The left arrow horse, a closer with early speed that should put it in contention early on. Shouldn't forget how to end a race, though. At the end of the race, Pesadilla Chanel. That one's 2 lengths faster than Problems Abound. That one, if it's coming around that corner anywhere near the front runners, in this race it should be, they might have a real difficult time holding off a horse with a 2-length advantage. It also has about a length and a half total race advantage. These 2, the 3, and the 6 look like standouts from a pace standpoint. Terry, we have some other one in between there, but we do have the 3 and our 6 in our picks.
That's right. I like 4. Royal Upstart is my first choice. Finished third versus similar in her last race. Has a high percentage winning trainer. Wins 19% of the sprint races that he has a horse competing in, and may improve at the shorter distance. Problems Abound. The 3, my second choice, ran second versus similar in her last race. Has the highest last race speed rating. He's tied with another horse. Number 6 is my third choice. Has the best dirt speed among today's starters, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. I like the one as my long shot, Ode to Edie. She has a high percent winning trainer, and she's dropping in class. No additional bets.
Yeah, Tafe, and we really can't make the show any earlier because the late scratches and stuff that come out. So we have to make sure that we have the scratches in our data. But we'll see what we can do about getting the data out a little bit earlier for folks. I'm going to start with the 3-horse Problems Abound. Yeah, that's very descriptive. Just missed last out. And the resume says that this one should be better in the second start after a layoff. Royal Upstart, the 4-horse, your top selection. Terry did show some better pace early in its last race, and one of the few horses that's already hit par for this level. Pesadilla Chanel, that is our top total pace horse in here, drops in class and runs a Z pattern. Just in case you're unfamiliar with the Z pattern, looking at the past performances, you see 85, 78, not a Z pattern, 72, that is not. So no Z pattern there. Scratch that up. Just dropping in class off that top total pace. Don't know what I was thinking. Must have been looking at something else. And then finally, the 1-horse Ode to Eddie. This one's going to drop in class, and all of the race internals were better from start to finish last time. No bets for me, Mr. Terry. So we make our way to the second half of the card, beginning in race number, well, not the second half. This is the end of the beginning. Race number 4.
Yeah, it's a 6 furlong claiming $7,500 claiming price, and it's a purse of $21,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards, which have never won 4 races.
And 6 furlongs again. You be forward is being helpful. 37% of the time being the most forward is the way to the winner's circle. Inside out with speed. Terry, in the 4th race, tell us all about the early going.
All right. So we've got, actually, there's 3 horses that show similar speed, the 3, 2, and 4, and they could all go head-to-head trying to get to that quarter pole first. The 1 has an overlay from 2-1 to 6-1. Whoops, I'm sorry, from 5-1 to 15-1. And then the 4, let's see.
Yeah, I accidentally pressed the screen off, so I don't know how that happened. Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's see. Where am I at here? This is a fourth race, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So then going back, the 1 has an overlay from 2-1 to 6-1. All but the 4 and 6 have par plus numbers, and all of them show C zones.
So looking at this Denali Ray right here, 93% chance in its career to run a speed figure of 75% or higher. That's a big number. It could make that horse difficult to beat. Looking at our race shape, again, trip handicapping, pretty balanced. Though you got a couple in here that are unlike the others. The one horse, Disco Daisy, a little bit of that overlay. Probably the most versatile horse in the field. The only one with doesn't need to run a specific style to get to the winner's circle. Early on, if you're looking for the speed horses, the 2, the 4, and the 3, they should be out in the front. Just got to be careful that they don't burn each other out because they all have very similar early speed, and it's plenty more than the rest of the pack. If you're looking for a closer, maybe to run down that speed, you got 2 of them to pick from, Acna and Angelic Storm. They should be neck and neck in the back as they try to make their way forward, but really only Disco Daisy not in that picture in terms of late speed. So being forward probably is the right place to be. The forward picks here, you got these 3, the 3 speed horses that are 5 points clear of everybody else on the total pace picture. So maybe just take the 2, the 3, and the 4, box them up in your exacta and trifecta and call it a day, Terry.
All right. Well, I like the 4. It's my first choice. She ran second versus similar in her last race. Her early speed running style helps her chances. She has a high percentage winning jockey. Then I like the 2 as my third or second choice. She finished in the money in 8 out of the last 10 starts. She won one of those starts, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Very competitive horse. Number 3, Valiant Majesty is my third choice. She likes Parx racing. She's been in the money 58% of the races here. She won 11% of those starts, and the distance won't cause any problems as she's been in the money 42% of the time, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Angelic Storm 5 is my long shot. She finished third versus similar in her last race, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. No additional bets for me here.
Yeah, the 3 horse Valiant Majesty going to get the nod for me in the 4th race. 3 consecutive speed figure increases in a row. That is an alpha angle. Going to drop in class after running the top last race speed figure. 6 points better than the next closest competitor. Now, the others will have to come up, or that one will have to come down. Number 2, Denali Ray drops in class, and that one should be on the front or compete for it with that super strong chance to run a par race. Sansa Ariel, the 4 horse, next for me. That one, Mr. Terry, missed as the 30-cent favorite last time out. That was her first try at Parx. Going to drop in class in the second try at Parx. And then the 1 horse, the Disco Daisy, that is one of our simulation favorites. So it's a tough call for me over Angelic Storm. But I'm going to take the rail bonus for 2 horses that are very similar. And I'm also going to take the simulation odds favorite of those 2. Now we move off to the second half of the card. Race number 5, the late pick 4 starts here, Terry, and start us off with the conditions.
Well, we're stretching out a little bit to 6.5 furlongs, a maiden claiming race, $25,000 claiming price, $26,000 purse. It's for maidens, 3-year-olds and upward.
6.5 furlongs, as we mentioned, does favor horses with early speed. A little more than 1 out of 3 go wire to wire. Well, we see it again, as we've seen it throughout most of this card today. The inside post positions have it better than the outside positions. Same old story in race number 5, Terry. We're looking at horses on the inside that got some gas.
Yeah, that's right. But, it's another one of those who knows races because you can see everybody has some speed. The 5 and the 6 show the most speed, though. The 1 has an overlay from almost 5 to 1 to 15 to 1. All but the 4 and 8 have par plus numbers. And all but the 5 have C zones, but that 5 also has a nice Q30.
Yeah, so it looks to me like the 4 horse, Bad Advice, might be the one that gets the most favorable trip in here. And this one, the 5 horse, Dirty Harry, if it can get to the lead, has a good chance, maybe the most probable to go wire to wire. See if we get some agreement from that over here. Well, a lot of speed here, Terry. 6 wants to close so far, the 1 and the 4. Not within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line. Again, maidens looking for their first win. So Dirty Harry, indeed, the 5 horse, good shot to get to the lead, particularly since the closer, left arrow horse over there, although the 6 closed in its career so far, should be a part of the early going here. Sir Palace Prince, another, that should be forward. 7 and 8, maybe a little bit of fake speed there. At the end, it does look like Harp's Hot Corner. The closer also has that early speed, tied with the 1 horse viral video for the most late legs. Top 3 horses, well, you got 2 of them, the 5 and the 6 that are 10 points clear of everybody else. So the 5 and 6 should compete for the win and then pause for about 10 lengths before the next 2 horses show up. I mean, not 10 lengths, 2 lengths before the next 2 horses show up, Terry. That'd be a big one.
Well, I like the 6 Harp's Hot Corner. He drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 25% of the maiden claiming races he has a horse competing in, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. Then I like the 8 Heat Alert. He finished in the money in 2 of his last 3 career starts, can improve while returning to a sprint, and he switches a high percentage winning trainer. I like the 2 Sir Palace Prince. My third choice ran second versus similar in his last race. He has a high percentage winning jockey. 5, Dirty Harry. His early speed running style will help chances, and he's got his best earth speed is close to the average winning speed. I'm going to play the last pick 4. I think this is a wide open race. I'm going to use the 2, 4, 5, 6, 8 with the 4, 6 with the 5, 6, and finish up with the 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 $50 ticket.
Kelly Payne, Kelly Peace, new to the show. Hi, Kelly. We're glad that you like horse racing and appreciate you stopping by to say hi. Make sure you come back by hitting that subscribe button. Be a part of the 10% that does hit the subscribe button and follows along with what we're doing. Tomorrow we'll be back for Keeneland, and then on Thursday we are going about our business for Belmont at the Big A. On 4 and Friday, Tom and I will be tackling races at Ascot. Looking forward to that. In the last race, the best bet of the day in race number 4, 20 to win a place on Angelic Storm in race number 4 for Private Ross. Thank you for that. Let's see if any Harry was scratched last time is a crypto code last. All right. So let's go about our business in race number 4.
But you have to give your picks.
My picks. All right. So race number 5, my selections. I like the 6 horse Harp's Hot Corner, maiden special weight dropper. Third start after layoff. 3 races so far, not a clean one of them. Number 4, Bad Advice, probably aptly named, but the other maiden special weight dropper comes in from Laurel Park, so a tad of a class drop in terms of track drop right there. Both starts at Laurel, well bet. The 2 horse Sir Palace Prince at Parx 7 times, 4 seconds and a third, so clearly can run there. Steadily performs at a notch just below par, so everybody's going to have to up their game. Otherwise, that one runs its average race. They might have difficulties. Dirty Harry, great chance to be on the front. It could be better in the second up, but I threw the 8 in there for my trifecta box. Another race where just about anybody I feel like can win. The 8 horse showed some speed, faded at 1 mile and 70 yards last out, cutting back to 6.5 furlongs. Our good friend Charles Trent, who's no longer with us, that was one of his favorite handicapping angles, and that's one of the great things about our show. So you get to learn what other people do to find their winners. Trifecta box 2, 4, 5, 6, and 8, and then a 50-cent pick 4. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. Again, I feel like so. If you go through those numbers, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. There's one missing, Terry.
Yeah,
guess who's going to win?
The 7.
The 7, and going to win by probably 10 lengths.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go 1, 6, 5, 6, 2, 3, 8, and 9 for my late pick 4.
Okay.
All right. So race number 6. Man, only 8 races today. So let's start it off with race number 6.
Okay, we're stretching out 6.5 furlongs. It's an optional claiming race, $25,000 claiming price. If you elect to push your horse in there to possibly be claimed, purse is $32,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards, which have started for a claiming price of $25,000 or less, which have never won a race other than a maiden or a claiming, or which have never won 4 races, or a claiming price of $25,000, or which have never won 4 races.
All right. So let's talk about 6.5 furlongs for that. I don't know, the 3rd or 4th time today. Tactical speed, 34% wire to wire inside speed. You know the biases by now. Terry, you know the biases by now. You know which horses to look for, the ones on the inside that are fast. And there'll be a party on the rail with Party at Sam's.
Yep. Well, that one has a lot of speed, followed up by the 5. They could go head to head, but I really think that one's going to get that quarter pole first. And then the 4 has an overlay from almost 7 to 2 to 5 to 1. 5 has an overlay from 2 to 1 to 6 to 1. All but the 2 have par plus numbers, and all have C zones. And the 1 and the 5 have really pretty nice Q30s.
Yeah, and see, really, right here, that 5 horse, Smoking Holiday. Look out if that one gets to the lead. That strong C zone should be very comfortable. It is our simulation favorite to boot with that 37 Q30. Maybe we should both have that one at the top of the list instead of the back of the list. Let's see if it has a shot to get to the lead here. Well, it's a PC type, so it doesn't need the lead. Only a couple that really want to be forward. Everybody else middle back. So get to the front. You should have a chance to get a good shot to get to the winner's circle. And lo and behold, Smokin' Holiday should be right up there. Again, doesn't need to. Could sit patiently behind the one. If it goes too slow, it can go to the lead. At the end of the race, it does look like Enforcer, along with Mr. Sandman, the Metallica horse, but really not a big jump from top to bottom there. So early positioning likely to be the key to who wins this race. Enforcer, Smokin' Holiday, Party at Sam's, they just kind of clicked down a little bit. Only 10 points between the first and the worst horse in this list, Terry. That means you better get a good trip, because if you get stuck wide, you get balked, or you get bounced, you could have a good chance to finish last. Who do you have finishing first?
Well, I'm going for a little bit of a price horse as my pick of the day. Number 4, Prince Colton. He likes Parx racing. He's finished the money 100% of the races here, winning 43% of those starts. The distance, he's finishing the money 100% of the time, and he has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Then I like number 6, War Master. He won his last race, and he has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Parties at Sam, the one is my third choice, won his last race. Rail Post winning 22% clip, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Smokin' Holiday, the 5 is my long shot. He's finished the money in 7 races out of the last 8 starts, and he's won 4 of those. And his best dirt speed is close to the average winning speed. I'm going to bet 16 win, 25 to place on number 4, a $5 daily double 4 and 6 with 5 and 6, $2 exacta box 1456, and a $5 exacta 4 on top with the 156. That's it.
All right. I'm going to start with the 6 horse as my first selection, War Master. You got Jamie Ness, Mikel Sanchez, that dynamic duo. Boy, they find their way to the winner's circle a lot. Last time out, found the winner's circle at Parx. At a big win by, I don't know, 4 or 5 lengths, something along those lines. Should shorten up a little bit. Runs at the same level today. No reason why I can't follow that win up with another. Party at Sam's did run the top last race speed figures. That one was 4 points better than the next closest one. I'm a little bit worried, though, because this one usually regresses off of a peak performance. Enforcer, the 7, my third choice, most back class in the race. Last time out, didn't have any room to finish up. If it gets a little bit more room today, we'll finish up. And then finally, Smokin' Holiday, probably the pace setter, as that left arrow horse, has that Q37 score, and also one of the top 2 total pace horses. No bets for me. Let's start the late daily double sequence, Terry, with race number 7.
All right. It's going to be 6 furlongs, optional claiming race, $40,000 claiming price, purse $52,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards, which have never won 2 races other than a maiden claiming starter or state bred, or which have never won 3 races, or a claiming price of $40,000.
Yeah, indeed. Again, inside 3 speed, but you don't need to be on the lead at 6 furlongs. You can afford to be a little bit more patient, but still inside is better than outside. So in this race, Terry, well, we find one again with these babies with a good chance to get to the lead.
Yeah, the 9 shows a lot of speed here. I'm kind of confused. Is that the right race?
Yes.
Okay.
No, race 7. I'm sorry, wrong race.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, the 5, 6, and 4 show all close speed to one another, so they may go head to head to that quarter pole. And the 1 has an overlay from 7 to 1 to 8 to 1. 4 has an overlay from 3.5 to 1 to 20 to 1, and the 5 has an overlay. Yeah, 5 has an overlay from about 7 to 5 to 5 to 2. All show par plus, all show C zones, and the 5 has a really nice Q30.
Yeah, that's the highest we've seen so far. That's double 30. And also good shot to get on the lead. I'd say River Dog, good shot to go wire to wire. Let's see if we get confirmation here. Well, it is a low knee, but everybody wants to be middle forward. That 8 horse, Tuskegee Airman, that one might get a pace here that really fits comfortably with its 4 or 5 horses in front of it that all want to be middle forward. So look out if these handful go too fast. At the start of the race, it does look like River Dog is a little bit quicker than Maximus Meridius, which is a little bit quicker than Our Pride and Joy. Really not a big gap again from worst to first, though. So be careful not to get caught wide through the turn. Could make a very difficult race for 1 or 2. Tuskegee Airman is the one with the most late speed. Really not all that far off the pace here, but not a huge advantage over anybody else. The horse that has the biggest total pace score is River Dog, that front runner, about 4 points better than Our Pride and Joy, so about 3/4 of a length. This looks like it could be pretty tight at the finish line, depending upon your trip, Terry. when they finish, we both see the first three ending in the same order.
Yeah, that's true. I almost took this one as my pick of the day, but I wanted to try to get a horse a little better odds. So the 5 is my first choice River Dog. He won his last race, has the highest last speed figure at today's distance. His best start speed is fastest among today's starters, and he has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Maximum Meridus is my second choice. The 6 drops in class today, has the highest last speed rating. His best start speed is fastest among today's starters, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey as well. Don't Wait Up, the 7, third choice. He won his last race at Parx Racing, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Tuscany Airman, the 8, is my long shot. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey and can improve while returning to a sprint. I have no money left, so no additional bets for me.
Yeah, River Dog gets to the front maybe with that super score on the Q30 and doesn't give it up. We'll see. Number 6, Maximus Marius drops from a very good effort in a grade 3 last time out. Clearly, by far, facing the toughest company of this group. Number 7, Don't Wait Up. Once again, we find Jamie Ness and Mikel Sanchez coming off a peak effort. Another one of those horses that peaks and maybe regresses a little bit here today. Otherwise, might have got rated higher. And then Windsor Gold, the 1 horse. Tough call over the 8 horse, Tuskegee Airman for me. But I'm going to take the fresh horse on the rail over Tuskegee Airman, who showed a little bit of decline in form last out. I got $20 left, so I'm just going to run an exacta box with the 5 and 6 and see if I can get my $20 back. We'll see. Final race. This one, we kind of previewed this one, Terry, but let's see if we have time to do this one because race number 2 is, well, it looks like they're walking to the gates. We might have time. Let's just try to rip through race number 8.
Okay, 6.5 furlongs, maiden $40,000 purse. It's for registered Pennsylvania maidens, fillies, and mares, 3-year-olds and upward.
Yes, and again, we want inside 3 speed. That's what we're looking for. A lot of these horses really making their first couple starts. So data might be a little spotty here, Terry, but from what we have, it does look like, as we mentioned one race before, the 9 horse has the most of it.
That's right. If it gets a good break, it's going to get that quarter pole first. And then it's 3's got an overlay from, it's 8 to 5, 2 to 1. 5 has an overlay from 10 to 1 to 12 to 1. 7 has an overlay from 5 to 2 to 5 to 1. 3 and 7 have the only par plus numbers. 3, 8, 4, and 9 and 7 have the only C zones.
So it looks like maybe the 9 could get to the lead. Look out. Let's look over here. Race here. We got, the 1 and 9 have not finished within 5 lengths of the leader. 2, 5, and 6. Today is their debut. From the horses with experience, most want to be middle forward. Getting forward usually is the way to win your maiden. It looks like Joyful Song is about a length quicker than Ringer Card. Maybe has to work a little bit harder. Some similar type speed to the inside of the experienced horses. Flag Runner and Seth's War Song, the most late speed, but not a great big advantage over anybody in here. Top total pace horse is Flag Runner along with Ringer Card. Again, really no huge gap. Only 6 points from top to bottom there. So it really looks like this is a maiden race. Just about anybody can win, Terry. Before we tell them who, we might have time. Run through your picks really fast.
I like the 4 Flag Runners finished third versus similar last race. As a trainer wins 33% of the maiden special weight races. Has a horse competing in. Sunny Side Up is my second choice. Finished third in her last race. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. 3, the Ringer Card is my third choice. Finished the money in 3 races out of last 4 career starts. Her best speed is fast among today's starters. She has a high percentage winning trainer. Mama Pick, the 2 is my first time starter. My long shot has 1 winner from 3 starters. The Dam does, and the trainer wins 25% of the debut maiden special weight races he has a horse in. She has a really good workout on October 4th.
Joyful Song, speed, and fade in the debut. They had problems loading it. If she goes in clean today. Ringer Card, third after layoff. Maintenance workout. Needs a bounce back race. Mama Pick, first timer. Decent last workout prepping. And Sunny Side Up. Signs of life in its last race, but will need to move up in terms of its performance. Race number 2 is off and running right now. And as we see race number 2 breaking, the 1 horse, Via Temi, as we expected, would get to the lead, has done so without really much effort right now. The 7 horse is tracking in second place. And then the 2 horse is in third with the 4 horse right now in fourth. But the 4 horse has taken charge over the 7, over the 6. Around the corner they go. Vitemi still has a pretty easy lead, although the 7 horse is trying to make up a little bit of ground. I don't know that he's going to make up enough ground to catch that 1 to 2 horse, but you never know. It is horse racing. He is making up ground. I don't know if the 1 horse is just saving itself a little bit. The 7 is making up plenty of ground. You know what Tom says about those horses that low odds second place? Maybe that's what we're going to get here today, because they haven't really asked the 1 horse to go yet. The jockey still, you know what's crazy about these races, Terry, is the jockey never asked the horse to run on the 1 horse. Never once cracked him with the whip.
Wow.
So it really makes me wonder sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Because 7, 1, and then 2 and 6. That kills my pick 4 and my exacta there. I should have just did them in reverse order, 7, 1. But it does really kill me sometimes, because you see the jockey just playing with the reins.
Yeah.
And never once, he didn't crack the 1 until the 7 went by him. So
that's right. Yeah.
Things that make you go, right?
Yeah. It does, yeah. Well, fortunately, I used that 7 in my pick 4, so.
Well, I had him in the opening pick 4, so hopefully he continues to move on. 3, 4, and then a whole bunch on the backside. We'll see how that all plays out. All right, so that's our picks for today. Here are our full card selections for Parx today. Again, tomorrow we shall return. So in the first race, the 5 horse run.
Yep.
And then in this race, the 7 horse run. Here are the rest of our picks for the rest of this day. Hopefully the 3 horse has a pretty good day, or the 4 horse. If they have a good day, we'll have a good day. And then tomorrow, again, we'll be back for Keeneland on Thursday. Belmont at the Big A, Foreign Friday in England with Royal Ascot. Well, not Royal Ascot, now just Ascot. Free picks today over at FanDuel. You can get the link for that in the description down below for guaranteed tip sheet. Also, when the show's over, just a few minutes, we'll post all of our picks, our thoughts, recap of the show right here on horseracingtoday.net. While you're there, click on that HRT gear link. You see it right there. Support the show. Get yourself a hoodie, because most of the U.S. will be much colder in the weeks to come. That'll keep you nice and toasty and looking sharp, no matter what the weather is like. Terry, any final thoughts from you before we get up and out of here today?
Yeah, just everybody be careful, be safe. Do all you can to make the loved ones around you know how you feel, because you never know what's going to happen. Just have a great day and a good rest of the week, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Indeed, I look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow too. Between here and there, no matter what it is you're trying to accomplish today, maybe win a couple of races at Horseshoe Indianapolis and Turkey, trying to live your life dreams here, just get by another day, because you're going through a tough streak and you want to put it behind you. We certainly hope that you have God's grace, God's favor, and every single thing that you do eventually ends up in
the winner's circle.
Indeed. We'll see you tomorrow with some winner's circle picks at Keeneland. Make it a fantastic Terry Tuesday.